Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing great. We're going to do about a 20 to 30 minute chair exercise, some yoga moves mixed in with some strength building movements. So find yourself a seat and let's get started. To begin with, come to the middle of the seat, set your feet about hip distance apart and place your hands right upon your thighs. And then take a big deep breath in. Ready? Good. Let's do that 2 more times. Through your nose and out your mouth. Wonderful. Now let's place our fingers together. Place them right underneath your chin. As you breathe in, you'll push your chin up and your elbows will float up. This is your breath in. And then as you exhale, bring the elbows together, down, and your chin back to straight where it was at the beginning. Let's do this 3 more times. Breathe in and out. In and out. Breathe out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Last one. And out. Beautiful. Now just send your clasped hands out in front of you. Straighten your elbows and attempt to pull your fingers apart without really doing so. Then lift your arms above your head. Stretch and feel your rib cage separate from your hips and press your fingers inside out, tucked towards the sky. Now we're going to twist. So take a breath in with your arms still straight up, and as you exhale, turn and twist to the right. Then come back to the center. That's your breath in, and as you exhale, turn to the left. Keep the motion going, movement and breath. You're doing great. Inhale to center, exhale to the right, inhale to center, and exhale to the left. Come back to the center and float your arms slowly down by your sides. Once they come all the way down, sweep them up, breathe in, and then exhale and float them down to your sides. Again, lift, turn your hands towards the palms, towards the floor, and 1 more time, and out. Good. Now turn your shoulders to the right. Take your left hand to your right thigh and twist your shoulders. Look behind you. Take another breath. Exhale and go the other way. Come back around to face forward. Very good. Now we'll just bring our hands up into fists, and we're going to just, like we're knocking on a door, just knock, knock, knock. And then roll your wrists around in circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. And then pretend you're holding a hammer and do that same knocking action. So you can see from the side, it's really just movement in the wrist. You're not moving your arms, you're just moving your wrist. Good, now float the arms out like a big T. Open your fingers wide, turn your palms up towards the sky. Really reach in opposite direction. So you'll feel the lengthening of your arm muscles. Fingertips have some space between them. The palms are facing upright. Beautiful. Now, your spine is tall, so if you've kind of lost that sensation of bringing your belly button in towards your back, bring that back together. And then inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale and just come to the T shape, not all the way down. Good. Lift and lower and lift. Breathe in. And lower, breathe out. Beautiful. Now, palms face upright. We're just going to tap the shoulders, bending at the elbows. So breathe in, breathe out, open the arms. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Keep your back straight. Very nice. Good. Now bring your arms back to facing forward, and as if you're saying stop to someone, bring your palms forward facing and lock your elbows so your arms stay straight. Take one hand to the other and gently pull all 4 fingers back towards you for some wrist flexion and extension. Now just turn your palm down and do the same sensation of pulling against the palm, bringing it towards you, feeling a stretch across your wrist. Do it 1 more time. Same hand. And then switch. Now you'll do the opposite hand, pull, keep your back straight. Good job. So you're working your core as you're lifting yourself up to a straight spine. 1 more time down. Excellent. Now open the arms out, and we're gonna make small circles forwards. And then we'll make them a little bit bigger. Just still with movement and breath, so we're not rushing the process. And then finally super big, so that you feel the movement in the shoulders and the shoulder blades. Good. Let's reverse it. So we'll start with the big circles. Open them up. Feels a little different when you go backwards. Straight spine. You're doing great. All right, now a little bit less big, more of a medium circle. Okay, and then finally, a little bitty circle going backwards. Beautiful. Now float those arms back up. I know your arms might start to feel a little fatigued, but we're strengthening the muscles as we lengthen them, stretch them, and we stay with this nice, steady, centered breath. Take one hand behind your shoulder blades and grab your elbow with the opposite hand. Now you might want to set your feet a little bit wider for more stability, and then as you lean in the direction you're pulling your elbow, go slowly and open up this whole side of the body, stretching out this muscle in the upper arm and opening up the rib cage. Good work. Come back up gently. Bring your arms back up and do the opposite hand. Grab the elbow and lean. Keep breathing. Good. Come back up to the center. Release the arms, turn the palms facing out, and float them down by your sides. Wonderful. Now we'll come more towards the top of the chair, the front of the chair. Cross one ankle over the other. I usually start with my right leg, but when you see me in the video, it might look like it's my left leg. So it doesn't really matter. We're going to do both. But I'm starting with my right leg, and I'm keeping my left knee over my left ankle. So if you need to make any adjustment with your foot, go ahead and do that. Keep the right foot, or the foot that the leg you've crossed, flexed. So in other words, you're really bringing energy into the whole leg because you're keeping that foot at a right angle. So it's not just flopping down. It's nice and tight. Now we'll lift the spine up, and as we breathe out, we'll fold forward. So this is figure 4 in yoga, but we're using the chair. You're gonna let your head get heavy and let your neck stretch. And maybe slowly turn your head to the right and the left like you're shaking it no in slow motion. Very good. Now, as you come back up, go with a very gentle movement and release. So we're not going to rush into anything. We're just moving through the whole body so we get all the places where we bend, a little bit of lubrication with the synovial fluid getting stimulated by the movement that we're doing with these yoga postures. So again, figure 4, we're sitting up straight in our chair. We're seated at the top of the chair, and now we're going to exhale and fold forward. Once you've landed as far as you can go forward, remember to relax your shoulders and then move your head side to side like you're shaking it no, and bring the fullest range of motion to bear here. So just move your chin as far as it'll go to one side and then to the other. You might start to feel this movement in your shoulders where you collect a lot of tension. So this is a good stretch. Then let your head fall and bring yourself back upright slowly. Wonderful. And set the foot down. Let's march it out. Come towards the back of the chair. So now the back of the thighs is firmly on your chair. And we're going to come into a one-leg dandasana. So send one leg up. This is my right leg. I'm flexing the foot. I'm going to raise my arms up to the sky and then fold forward towards the foot. Just go as far as you can go. Now, we're reaching forward like we're handing somebody a present across the room. Keep that reaching sensation and lift back up to where your back is straight. Good. Now exhale and fold, and inhale and lift back up. Keep your right leg strong and straight. Fold and up. Just one more of these. Fold and up. Good. Palms face out. Slowly with straight arms, bring your arms all the way down and then release your leg. So your right leg should feel a little different than your left, or whichever leg you straightened. So now we'll give the other leg a chance. So flex the foot, straighten the leg, sweep the arms up, take a breath in. On your exhale, fold forward. You're reaching like you're handing somebody a gift across the room. Keep flexing the foot so that the length of the leg is getting a great stretch from the hamstring, which is in the upper back of your leg, down your calf, and even towards your tendons around your ankle. Okay, now we're going to do those lifts. So inhale and lift up. Exhale and fold forward. Go slowly. It's harder when you go slower. Up again and down again. We've got 2 more sets. So lift up and fold forward and lift up and fold forward. Come back up. Palms face outward. This is just rotating your shoulders, and then you're going to float your arms down and then let the leg come down. March it out. Great work, you guys. Okay, so now I'd like you to stand up and come around to the back of your chair. So when you're at the back of your chair, you want your hands to rest just lightly. We're not gripping, we're just lightly holding onto the chair, and then we're going to come up onto our tippy toes. From here, we're going to balance and maybe bring those arms out in front of you. And it's very common to feel a little wobbly, so here's some secrets to balance. You want to keep your core working, so the belly button is in towards the spine. You also want to fix your eyes on something that doesn't move, and that will help you a lot with your balance. We'll stay here for 2 more sets of breath, so breathe in and out through your nose. In and out. Wonderful. Lower your heels, bring your hands back to your chair. I'm just going to turn the chair so that you can see what I'm talking about. We're going to come back on up onto the tips of the toes and let the arms come back out. Keep your eyes focused on something in the distance, but this time we're going to open the arms out to the sides and then bring the fingertips to touch. Then flip the palms, open the arms out to the sides, and bring the pinkies to touch. Turn the hands upside down. Bring the thumbs to touch. Open back up, and bring the pinkies to touch. Great, now lower back down and march it out. This next pose we're going to come into, we're going to send our seat back and fold in half. Then lift up your toes. This is a great stretch for the back of the legs. You're holding onto the chair for stability, and we're drawing that belly in and up like somebody's got an ice cream scoop and scooped out your belly. So really engage your core, and then come back up onto your tippy toes. Let the top of your head reach towards the sky, and then back down onto your heels, forward fold, and lift up the balls of your feet. Come back up. Sink back onto your heels and your seat goes back. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale back onto your heels and lift up your toes. Let's do 3 more. 2. Last one. And back to standing. Good. Now, I'm just going to stand on the side of my chair so that I can have something to hold on to. This is now balance for the left leg, which is the leg that's closest to the chair for me. But whatever leg you have, it's fine. You just want to make sure that you're holding on to the chair and the leg that you're standing on is closest to the chair. That'll help you with your stability. Okay, so we're going to come into tree pose, a familiar yoga pose. The left leg in this case, the standing leg that's closest to the chair, will stay where it is, but you're going to lift and bend your opposite leg and send the knee out to your side. So I'm going to turn again just so you can see. My knee isn't forward like this. I'm really opening up my hip by turning my knee out to the side. So this is part 1 of tree pose. And you could keep your big toe of your bent leg on the floor. You could bring it to your ankle or your calf. And some of you might even be able to bring your foot higher and place it on your inner thigh. All of them are tree pose, so don't fret, just do your best and forget the rest. So here we go. The outside arm is lifted up. You can maintain holding on to this chair the entire time. If you want to try and challenge your balance a little bit, begin to lift the hand, maybe even lift the arm, and come into the full expression of tree pose. Whoa, my foot's sliding. Okay, so let's come out of it, march it out, and now we'll do the other side. So I'm just gonna move my chair because I have a little bit of limited space in the video, but you don't have to move your chair, just move around to the other side. Stand on the standing leg, bring your other leg to a bend, place your foot wherever you can place it, and then that same idea of letting the outside arm reach out at an angle. And then maybe your opposite arm comes off the chair as well, and you match the shape. So it looks a lot to me like you're celebrating. It's a beautiful posture. You're reaching with your arms and your fingertips up towards the sky. Like a tree would, reach its limbs up towards the sunlight. Meanwhile, your leg is like the trunk, your core is like the trunk of a tree, and your standing foot is like the roots of the tree, really grounded into the earth. So let's stay here for a couple more breaths. Yay! Okay, so let's come back down, bring your knee forward, and go ahead and just march it out. We're going to stay right here on this side of the chair and bring the outside leg up. This is that half of a hand to toe pose. So I really want you to grow your spine tall and press your hand into your knee and your knee into your hand. Then guide the knee out to the side. So it's similar to tree pose in that we're pointing the knee directly to our side, but the knee is higher. Now you can hold onto the chair if you'd like, or maybe bring your arm over the chair and make your body this shape. Good work. Place your hand on the chair if you lifted it, bring your knee forward, and set the foot down. We move with mindfulness. We're not rushing through the postures. We're not hurrying to get to the next pose. Let's come around to the other side of the chair. I'm just moving mine so I can stay in the video. And here we go again. So we're going to stand on the standing leg that's closest to the chair. Bring the outside knee up. Press the hand into the knee and the knee into the hand. You'll notice my foot is still flexed. When in doubt, flex your foot in yoga. It's most often flexed. And then if you feel secure, let your opposite arm come out to the side of you. Wonderful. Back to the middle. Place it down. And don't fret if you fall out of it and need to come back into it. You can practice that anytime throughout the day. You don't have to do it in any particular order. Balance can be done anytime. And I love teaching balance because it's so helpful, especially as we age, to come into balance poses for strength in our core, because we can catch ourselves if we start to trip or fall. All right, so come back to your chair and come to the top of the chair. You're just going to send one leg out. I don't know if my foot is fully in the video, but what I'm doing is I'm setting my heel on the floor and I'm flexing the foot. Then I'm going to reach towards the toes. So the chair is supporting my backside and I'm just coming down towards the toes. Gently come back up and switch legs. So now the opposite leg it's straight. The heel will be on the ground, the toes will be facing the sky, and then you're just going to forward fold down towards your foot. And some of you are going to be able to grab your knee, your calf, maybe your ankle, and some of you are even going to be able to grab your toes. This is a hamstring stretch. It also has the added benefit of a calf stretch, and it's a forward fold. Good, so come on, back up. And now we're going to make our way to a seated warrior pose. So I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to open it out to the side. The knee will be bent, but the knee is going to stay over the ankle. Now my left leg is going out long, but I'm still on the seat and my foot is at a little bit of an angle so that the heel is on the ground, but it's a little bit behind the toes. Then I'm going to turn and face the direction that my right leg is bent and lift the left arm to the sky. So this is a seated warrior pose. You're going to really reach with your fingertips and press down with your feet. Wonderful. Now open up, warrior two. And now side angle. And then back up. And we'll switch sides. So I hope you're doing okay in there. Let's get started on the other side. Bring your opposite leg out, stretch out the other leg, grow your spine tall, and face the way that your knee is bent, okay? So really engage your core muscles and lift the arms up over your head. Straighten the back leg. So again, it's that reaching action. You're not just lifting your arms, you're really reaching and you're bringing your biceps close to your ears. So if I could, I'd come around and touch each of you right on the sides of your arms and just bring your arms a little bit closer to your head, right near your ears. Good, now open up to your warrior two, your seated warrior two. Look over your front hand. And now we'll come to side angle. Reach over. So you're truly reaching like you're the shape of an angle. See the shape of the angle between your legs and up the side of your body from toes to fingers. So your heart is facing forward. Wonderful. Come back up. And then release. Shake it on out. You're doing so great. I'm so proud of you. So let's go ahead and come back to the back of the chair again. And then take one knee, close it in towards your chest, and then flex and roll your foot around. Remember at the beginning of this, we talked about how we're going to try to get at all the places that bend in our body, all the joints. So we've done a really good job so far, but we need to wiggle those toes and roll our feet in circles. Okay, now we'll do the other one. Tuck it in. Really give your arms a workout. You're using the strength of your arms to lift up your heavy leg. And then you're going to move your foot in ways that feel releasing and stimulating, moving the blood flow and increasing the synovial fluid in the joints. Good deal. All right, set the foot down, sit back in your chair, and rest your back upon the back of the chair if your chair has a back. If not, you can just sit up straight. And then just let your legs be relaxed. They'll be about hip distance apart, your feet touching the floor if possible, and then just soften your shoulders. Cup your elbows lightly with your opposite hands and begin to move your arms around in circles. You might hear some snaps and crackles. That's all right. Now let's go the other way. One more. Wonderful. Now let your hands rest on your thighs like we began. The difference is we're just letting our back rest as well. Let your head fall forward and then slowly lift it upwards. Let it fall forward and lift it upwards. Then let it fall to the side so that the ear hovers over the shoulder. Close your eyes. Let the head bow forward and round it over to the other side. Now this ear is hovering over this shoulder on this side, but the other shoulder is heavy. You can pretend you have a bag of heavy rice on your shoulder, keeping it down so it doesn't creep up near your other earlobe. And then back down to a bow, and then lift your head to neutral. Keep your eyes closed and just notice your breath as it enters your nostrils and fills your belly and then leaves the same way it came in. You can say to yourself, breath in and breath out. Just repeat that mantra for a few more moments together. If you've lost the mantra, that's okay. Your mind will wander. Your mind is meant to think, and it will try to take off in different distractions. But if you catch yourself drifting away, think of your thoughts like puffy clouds and just let those thoughts go by, just like they would in the sky. And bring your attention back to your breath. Say to yourself, breath in and breath out. And gently blink those eyes. Flutter them open. You did it! Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.